Good morning. This is Dr. Drumright, and welcome to the first edition of what I hope to be an extended group of lectures to help people understand a few misconceptions about their bodies, about healthcare, and about reality as a whole. What we're going to begin with is the first lecture of my new concept around here called Longevity Center. And we're going to explain in the next couple of minutes how we've been misled and a better path towards stronger, more youthful, more vigorous lifestyles. Okay? What we're going to begin with is a scale. When you go to the doctor, and this is the way I've been trained, this is the way everybody around here has been trained, you tell the doctor how the doctor says, how bad is it? Okay, you have back pain. Let's start with back pain. This is very common. How bad is your back pain? Is it 0 to 10? 10 being so bad you can't walk around, 5 being annoying most of the time, it's hard to work, but you can still get around. 1 or 2 means every once in a while. So you have this number 1 to 10. But in reality, the number 1 to 10 is actually negative numbers. Okay? So when you say, doctor, my back hurts, and it hurts 6 out of 10. What you're saying is, your back or your condition is at -6 out of overall 10. 0 being a position that we should call okay. It's getting by, your body's not yelling at you, you're not in pain. Okay? So the goal of the healthcare industry, your insurance company, your doctors, even myself prior to 2008, was to get you back to 0. So we apply the treatment, apply the therapies, allow time to go by to try to get things comfortable, under control, get you back to okay. All right? Everything good to go there, right? Well, what happens is you go back to work, you earn your money, you pay your taxes, you go on to things, staying okay, and the next thing happens, another crisis occurs, and bam, you're back down here again. Okay? You go back to the doctor. You haven't seen the doctor for a while. You go back. His job is to get you back up to 0. Okay? And you coast along for a while, and boom, another problem happens. And you want to get back up to 0. Now, you notice my curve, this doesn't really get back to 0, okay? Let's put some numbers here, okay? This is 100, say this is 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. That's years, okay? That's how old you are. What you're being taught is, what happens is you get back to 0, okay, and then you go along until another problem happens that keeps you from working and keeps you from paying your taxes. And so they re-engage your policy, your insurance policy, which will never pay anything above this, to get you back up to okay again. But what happens is, as time goes by, you're being taught to be tolerant of imbalances, okay? You're tolerating living with taking blood pressure medication. You tolerate taking cholesterol medication. You tolerate these additional chemicals into your lifestyle and less activity. Don't do that. Don't use your back. You can't work anymore because your back hurts. All these kind of explanations are being taught to you as the normal aging process. Okay? And this absolutely will happen as long as you stay under the curve and only deal with crisis situations within your body. Okay? I hope I explained that well. Because from this point forward, my ambition is the Fountain of Youth program, or help people understand that there is a plus side to this scale. Okay? +4, +5, +6, and on up. Okay? We'll say Lance Armstrong's a +10. You know, he totally takes care of himself. He cured his own cancer, a lot of things like that. Now, he did some bad things to get cancer, but that's another story. So, here's the deal. There are 5 activities that I've always talked about that are called the 5 keys to longevity. Water consumption, exercise, posture, sleep habits, and food. Now, in this posture, it includes attitude. How you manage your stress. How do you manage the changes going on in your life? All these things, useful, thought of on a daily basis, if you eat the right foods, if you do your exercises, if you sleep right, if you get your right water, these are going to move you into an area of experience that's vibrant, okay? It's passionate, it's whole life. You are living your life, not just getting by. So you start learning these things and you start pushing yourself up into these positive numbers. Time still goes by. This kind of wavers back and forth as the time goes by. As you age, as your body ages, if you keep on these things, you can feel positive and basically like you're 25 or 30 years old almost indefinitely. All right? Now, here's the rub of this situation. This is the commitment. This is the part that you either get or you don't get. Starting at about age 40, there's another line that goes pretty much in just the opposite direction of this aging line. Okay? Now, what this line is saying is, out of your 24-hour cycle each day, we'll talk in a little lecture about how time is a priority, and it's just how you spend it is what's important. More and more of your daily activity has to be involved in thinking about and practicing these 5 keys to longevity. Make sure you're getting your proper sleep. Make sure that your nutrition doesn't have corn syrup in it, doesn't have trans fatty acids. Learn to like variety in food. Watch your posture, continue to work on posture through exercises, breathing mechanics, things like that. Getting your daily exercise, watching your water. The more time you do this, the better you feel, and even more importantly, time rolls by, and as long as you're putting more and more of that, your daily routine, your daily priorities into these activities, you continue to stay feeling abundant, wealthy, healthy, vibrant, well into, well, the Chinese believe this graph should actually go out 110 to 120 years, okay? But you don't survive to 120 years because this is downward spiral. You can't survive that far because eventually this line gets too far down where you're in misery all the time. Even though you're more tolerant, your life is miserable because you're taking so many drugs and so many treatments for symptoms that you're not living your life. But investing into these 5 things on a gradually increased basis will keep you up here in thriving health well into your 100-year-old time span. Now, we'll go on from here. Why is this system like this? Why are you being told that this is just the natural aging process? And I think you already know the answer to that. The easy answer to that and the truthful answer to that, Occam's razor says the simple answer is the right answer. Money. Okay? There's an entire industry out there that's treating your cancer, treating your diabetes, helping you manage your heart disease. All these disease processes are diseases of choice because of lifestyle issues. Because you've chose to eat the cookies and the donuts and the stuff like that, you've chose not to exercise, you chose not to take care of yourself or take responsibility for your own body, you've been taught that don't worry about it, the man will take care of you. When something happens, you've got insurance, so you can be taken care of by your insurance and your doctor. But what you haven't been taught is, by doing that and allowing somebody else to be responsible for the well-being of your body, you are sliding into this slowly decaying life that is not living at all. And as you move on, it's very nice. You add a little blood pressure medication here. You add a little cholesterol medication here. You add a little diabetes medication here. Pretty soon you're on pain meds. Okay, you're on blood thinners. Okay, you've had a stroke or something like that because your lifestyle's killing your body. Then they put you on Alzheimer's drugs and cancer drugs and immune decreasing drugs. All these things are very, very, very expensive. And none of them do anything to get you above this gradually declining line. By the fact that you're riding on this gradually declining line, you are feeding a multi-billion-dollar industry that depends on you decaying over this period of time. Now,